On the show today, I'm extremely excited to welcome the one and only Sally Edwards, who is the Senior Advisor of Leisure, Events and Festivals at Dubai Economy and Tourism. Sally, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, James. It's a pleasure to be here.
So, first things first, as you know the show, favourite childhood food memories, please?
Okay. What I would probably say my favourite was my mother's lamb roast on a Sunday. We had that every Sunday, lamb roast, and often there'd be some sort of pudding to go with that.
What sort of pudding?
She actually, back in the day, we did actually have sticky date pudding, to be honest.
I love
it.
sticky
Still to this day's favourite. Still love a roast and sticky date pudding. So very traditional sort of English sort of side that came through. And probably another great memory was at Christmas time. And for whatever reason, still to this day, I have no idea, at Christmas, that was when we got to have sweet potato. So we only ever had it at Christmas.
Oh, really?
And parsnips, and then and cherries and apricots were always on the Christmas table as well.
Wow.
So this still, to me, that's what I associate
to your
with
heart?
Very much so, very much so.
And were there any other food memories that you liked or disliked?
Absolutely. I am not a lover of any seafood and all mushrooms, and for whatever reason my mother was absolutely sure that I should like it, and we tried many ways to disguise it, and told my brothers and sisters to say this was chicken mornay, not tuna mornay, and I can taste it immediately. Really? And Good Friday, we always had to, that was the only day of the year we'd have to have fish on a Good Friday.
Right.
And for whatever reason, that was haddock, which is, hardly a gentle taste at all. And I would be sat there at the table until I ate it, which I never did.
And what about now? Are you okay with seafood?
Still don't eat it.
All right.
Still don't like it.
Fair enough.
No.
So look, the reason why we have you here is to discuss the incredible Dubai Food Festival that is going on. Tell us about why it's so important for all of us.
Well, absolutely. So this is our 11th edition of Dubai Food Festival. The first one we started back in 2014. And at that point in time, the food scene here in Dubai was still just developing and growing. But probably one of the biggest changes, step changes we've seen is at that time there was very little outdoor food offerings. You didn't have food trucks. You didn't have, anything like Beach Canteen where we are today. We went through a process, and the very first year we actually started Beach Canteen and went through, jumping through a lot of hoops and crossing many hurdles and many conversations with fellow colleagues from government to get permission to be able to bring food outside of traditionally, very much at that time it was mostly hotels, or some of the smaller establishments across the city. So we worked hard at that, and then just really developing and growing the program. Some of my colleagues worked on for a number of years as well, and implemented programs such as Dubai Restaurant Week, where we're really showcasing restaurants. But what Food Festival has been, and the premise has always been, is that we showcase Dubai's offering for food. So you'll see that we really don't bring very many international chefs into the city during Food Festival. Which many other food festivals around the world, that's what they do. We have not done that really for the reason is that we want to showcase Dubai's offering as a gastronomy destination, and it's an opportunity for us to really showcase it and increase footfall and then of course revenue for our restaurants as well.
Yeah, but what I love about the fact that you started 11 years ago is the scene must have changed quite dramatically in that time, because yes, you have the hotel, so on and so forth, but now it is a bumper bonanza of talent here,
right? And the very first year, the boss at the time said to us, I want the top 100 restaurants in Dubai. We need to be able to talk about them, and we're all looking at each other going, well, how do we actually know what the top 100 restaurants are? Because that's very objective. And then subjective, sorry. And since that time, we now have Michelin, we have Gourmet, we have 50 Best, and that scene has just exploded. The chefs and restaurateurs opening up their own restaurants here. They're starting here in Dubai and going to the world. all those sorts of things. It's just, it has exploded in that sense, and it's just so great to see. But then on the other hand, we've got so many amazing little hole in the wall or, street food restaurants and things like that. And that's very commonly people say that Dubai doesn't have a street food scene. That's sort of our latest sort of where we're putting some efforts at the moment to try and change people's views of that people just think it's all fine dining. And
well, it's quite interesting you say that, because we recently had the Somebody Feed Phil
yes.
Dubai, and I think he did a fantastic job of showing not just the flashy restaurants, but also those hole in the walls, and to talk about the street food, because actually one of the things that we have here at Dubai Beach Canteen is all of those little vendors that are kind of very much street foodie, right?
100%. And we have it, and that's here at Beach Canteen, and they partake today on a Monday in one of the other pillars we're having in Food Festival, which is 10 dirham dish. We started it last year as part of our 10th anniversary, and we've got over 500 restaurants this year participating, where you can get a dish for 10 dirhams. Costa have got all their stores as part of it. Have a coffee and you get order food. Well, it's coffee and food for 10 dirhams, whatever the case may be. Just before I came in here, we just saw a message from one of the restaurants who are partaking. I can't remember the name, going, it's exploded. Like, we cannot keep up with the number of people coming. And if you look on TikTok, it's taken off totally of its own accord, people recommending places to go for 10 dirham dishes. So we're really showcasing them both.
But what I think is also amazing is that, again, specifically over the past 5 years, the global Dubai food scene has really exploded. You're saying, and you're quite right, you're saying a lot of people are coming to us now. Michelin is here. A lot of our homegrown chefs, if you like, are going all over the world to showcase.
Yes.
What particularly excites you now about the Dubai food scene?
I think there's like a couple of things. So one of the things we've done over the last couple of years with Food Festival was we talked about Food Festival, and that was 3 weeks of the year, and then we sort of moved on and did everything else, and then came back, to start the next campaign the next year. We've changed that now. So on our social handles, changed from Dubai Food Festival to Dubai Eats, and we now talk about gastronomy or food across the year in different ways, whether that be with our chefs, whether it be through other, in summer surprises, we'll do a Dubai Summer Restaurant Week, and different programs that we run right the whole way through. But I think probably the thing that really, we dial up things like diversity, authenticity, that there's value for money. It doesn't matter, what your wallet can afford. There's something here for you, and experiential. You can go to the desert, you can come to Beach Canteen, whatever the case may be. But I think one of the things I love is the passion that people who work in the industry have here. And they come and they're supportive of one another. They work with each other. They are prepared to learn and prepared to teach. And I think there's watching the industry grow, and I just think it's got exponentially got a lot of room to still grow as well.
Well, look, absolutely. I think the one thing also that I say a lot to all of the guests on the show is that as younger chefs before, they were going to London, Paris, New York to cut their teeth. And now what I'm finding is that a lot of the younger talents are coming here to learn from the very best, but not just when it comes to Michelin-starred chefs, but also about the street food scene, about the heritage, which is incredibly important. Emirati food is beautiful. A lot of people don't really sort of understand it too much, but I think it's coming up. Also, which is amazing. But if you were a regular guest, Sally, why should you come to the Beach Canteen?
Oh, I am a regular guest. I think even here, it's just that variety here. We've got 50 different vendors here, 20% of which have been here before, but the rest are new. And so they are all SMEs. They're all, people who have put their heart and soul into what they're doing, and they want the best, and they want to really, the variety that's here, that you can have different cuisines, whether it's coffees and desserts. It's fantastic. And it's we at this time of the year, coming down to the beach at 5:00 in the afternoon, watching the sunset, and then into the evening, there's always a lovely breeze. It's beautiful here, and I think people think, it's too hot. It's actually not.
It's amazing.
It's fantastic.
To have 50 different vendors is a big deal.
Yeah, yes. Of which 50, I think it's 15. I might be wrong with that number. Are Emirati as well.
How incredible.
Yes.
But the other thing I wanted to sort of ask you and sort of pick your brains on is the government has worked extremely hard to not only push sort of previously sort of international chefs to come to the Emirate, but now we're really showcasing some phenomenal talents. Do you think more younger talents will come up through the Dubai food scene in the future?
Yes, and I think the Dubai College of Tourism, which sits under Economy and Tourism department, have a culinary course as well, and kitchens where people can come in and learn. So even watching kids coming in and the passion you're seeing with some of these kids coming out of school, and it's a vocational college, I suppose. Seeing that and seeing them getting involved, and the people who are willing to come in and work with those kids and be part of that. People internationally coming in and enrolling in the courses as well. Like, it's fantastic. And yes, people are wanting to come to Dubai. I was recently in Slovenia, of all places, and chatting away to the guys, and they go, I would love to be able to come to Dubai and work there. I've heard how fantastic what you can learn, and it is a place now on that global map, which is definitely something we've been really working hard to sort of help with that messaging. We've always known that Dubai is, for locals, we know that people love the Dubai food scene. We know that once people have visited Dubai, that they say Dubai's got a great food scene. We're working now on that perception of people, and that we can really see a shift in that now, how that's changing as well. Globally, people's perception of Dubai as a food destination is fantastic. But it is
for me, I think it is a global foodie destination.
Yes.
And I call Dubai the culinary capital of the Middle East.
Yes.
There's
we want it to be the world.
True. No, true. And I was recently on a television show for another company, and I was saying 100% is going to happen, that we're going to get 3-star Michelin restaurant here and the number 1 best restaurant in the world, because you can just see the momentum gathering. Yes. And it's really exciting.
Yeah, well, I mean, seeing today CNN Traveller putting out, their top new restaurants of the year, and there's 2 Dubai restaurants on there, the Guild and Soul Kitchen. So, constantly we're getting, coverage or in international press or, awards, which is fantastic. Yeah, it's very exciting. And, you have to give all the credit to the people working in the industry, and they're so passionate. And whether it's people who are, it's the chefs or the owners or the busboys, all of them love it and are so passionate. You hear great stories about people who've been promoted through the system. We actually here at Beach Canteen today have opened up to the restaurants we're working with through Food Festival to allow, to bring some of their staff to have a day out at Beach Canteen and see about that. We call it Chef's Day Out. But
love that.
Yeah. Love that. Just, finding a day that's common for them all have off is not, but come out with your families.
Yeah, but what an incredible place.
Yes.
Really, and congratulations on this amazing initiative. Now, we've come to the quickfire questions, Sally.
Okay.
So, first things first, are you sweet or salty?
Sweet.
Favourite ingredient, please?
Favourite ingredient? I'm quite impartial to cinnamon, I would say.
Oh.
I like some, and cumin. I've loved cumin since I've come here now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who would you say are your top 3 culinary heroes? And they don't necessarily need to be chefs.
No, I would say my mother, even though she wasn't, always the best, but
always
there's no one's better than your mother's home cooking, is there? Wow, I have enjoyed meeting a couple of times and talking with Massimo Bottura. I just find him very inspirational.
Gentleman.
Yeah, and then I also, I'm going to say Kylie Kwong, who is a chef in Australia. And I actually grew up around the corner from Kylie, and I've watched with, real interest how her career has developed, and her passion for, she didn't have it originally, that Chinese heritage and the cooking and learning from her mother and grandmother, and then taking that through into her restaurant. So yeah, Kylie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, Sally, look, just wanted to say once again, congratulations on this amazing initiative. Thank you very, very much for coming on to the show.
You're welcome.
It's been amazing to have you, and I can't wait to see what the rest of Dubai Festival looks like.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, James.
On the show now, I'm welcoming and very excited to welcome Trang from Vietnamese Foodie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, James?
I'm very good, thank you. So, Vietnamese Foodies, amazing concept. Love it. However, what I want to ask you is your favorite childhood food memory.
Okay, so in Vietnam, the most famous dish is phở, right? Everybody know about phở. So for us, when I was a child, phở is something special and like fancy thing. So my favorite childhood memory, whenever I got sick or special occasion, my mother will buy for me a bowl of phở.
Oh, wow.
So phở is something for me, not only the childhood, but something a part of me.
So, explain to people who don't know or who haven't had it, what is in that dish?
Okay, phở is a noodle dish, but it's not like a normal noodle dish like another thing. But it's we have the beef broth, very dense of beef, was with bones, and we stew it for like 12, 14 hours.
Whoa.
So it's make the flavors, the freshness from the herbs, and the tenderness from the noodles, and the taste of the local beef. So all of that combined give me how to say, for those who far from Vietnam, they always miss that.
And it sounds amazing, full of flavor. And so, with Vietnamese foodies then, is it just pho or is it far more for people who have never tried it before?
So for Vietnamese foodies, it's not only about phở. Of course, phở is the main thing that we want to introduce to the world, but we want to introduce more about our cuisine. We have bánh mì, we have the fresh summer rolls, and all of that bring the Vietnamese cuisine, the freshness, and how to say, variety of kind of food to everybody.
And would you say Vietnamese food is generally spicy, pickled, light? How would you describe Vietnamese food for somebody who has never experienced it before?
Delightful.
I love that. Delightful.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
And would you say it's heavy or light?
I could say it's light,
Yeah?
not heavy. Yeah.
So then here at Beach Canteen, what is your favorite item currently on the menu that you're serving here?
Of course, I want to say phở again because you will not see the same thing in another vendors.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is that your favorite thing to have?
Yes, also.
I think you're a big fan of it.
Yes,
I'm going to have to come and try it because it sounds amazing.
Sure.
And then for you, how long have you been here in this country?
Around 6-7 years.
So then what excites you about the Dubai food scene?
I think Dubai food scene excites me about because Dubai is the place that you can find any kind of food. We have more than 200 nationalities here. So it's a place that we can discover about another cuisine and to introduce our cuisine to everybody also.
Because I think it's quite amazing also with Vietnamese foodies at the moment. You're in quite a lot of locations. So where, if you're not coming to the Beach Canteen, where else can we find Vietnamese foodies?
We have now 6 locations. So you could find us in downtown, in Bush Vista, in Creek Harbor, Nạc Hill Mall, Dubai Hill Mall, Damak Mall, JLT.
Wow. So you're everywhere.
Yes.
But it's really fantastic, no?
Yes.
And how long has Vietnamese foodies been alive for? How long has the concept been around for?
I would say more than 5 years.
5 years. So in that time, you've got 6 venues, plus you're here at Beach Canteen.
Yeah.
And since you've actually been here, what excites you about Beach Canteen?
What excites me about Beach Canteen? The food.
Of course.
Yeah, many kind of food that we can try, and with the ambience, the beach, the breeze from the ocean is so nice.
Yeah, it's really beautiful, right?
Yes.
It's a really nice atmosphere here.
Yes.
So then, from a social media point of view, what accounts should we be following for everyone to know what your food is?
Authentic Vietnamese.
Authentic Vietnamese. So I'll put all of that in the show notes. So now I'm going to ask you, what are you, sweet or salty? Would you say?
We are both sweet and salty.
Both sweet and salty. And for you, what's your favorite ingredient?
I would say lemongrass.
Lemongrass. Because?
Because it's bring the flavor of Asia, and especially Vietnam. We use that a lot, but it's not really easy to find in anywhere. So I think that's one of the ingredients that I love the most, and it can bring the good smell in both food and drink.
You know what I love with lemongrass is like a lemongrass lemonade. On a day like today, I think would be amazing.
Yes.
You know, like smashed. So good.
Yeah.
Who would you say are your top 3 culinary or food heroes?
Okay. First, I think it's my mother.
Always.
Yes. And second, I think Miss Lily.
Miss Lily, of course. Shout out to her.
Yeah. Okay. The third one, I think one of the person that I always saw watch when I was kid is Yan can cook.
Oh, yes, of course. You know, a lot of the chefs that come on the show, they talk about that show. Really
Yes.
inspired them.
Yes, funny, and it's like childhood thing.
Yeah. So look, thank you very, very much for taking the time to be on the show.
Thank you, James.
I know you're going to be super busy, and I'm very much looking forward to tasting that pho.
Yes, for sure.
Thank
We'll
you.
invite you for that.
Now we are very excited to welcome Ahmed from the legendary Mitzumami. Ahmed, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Chef James. Thank you.
So, as always, what's your favorite childhood food memory?
See, my favorite childhood memory also reflects what I'm selling today, to be honest. Like, I don't know if you remember, like we used to have the Millah cafeteria in the Diafa Road. And my favorite childhood food, it was the shawarma chicken. We used to order it with extra garlic, where, the taste of the garlic, you feel it even when you wake up next day. And that's, was really my favorite food, that time when I was a child,
Can I ask, how old were you? How, when you roughly remember eating it?
Maybe around like 9 years old or 10 years old, 11, around that time,
That's when it made the impact.
Yeah. And I think it was sold by 2 dirhams that time,
Yes.
It was like even affordable for me that time when I was a child.
So look, the one thing I have to ask you is shawarma is an amazing food. For me, I genuinely love it. But Mitzumami, tell me about the concept and why is it so special in particular?
So I'll go back to you. Say like shawarma, you really love it. And you tell me a person in this region doesn't like shawarma. Or a person in this country doesn't like shawarma. Most of the people, they love shawarma. But the concept of Mitzumami actually came back to a year, or actually April, even slightly more than a year. Time goes really fast, to be honest. When we sat together, myself and my partners, and we said that we wanted to bring a new concept of shawarma, a new twist of shawarma. Shawarma which is differentiated than the traditional shawarma that we see in the market. So, like every country has its own shawarma. The Turkish, they have shawarma, Mexican shawarma, you have the Greek shawarma, Lebanese shawarma, all the countries in the world they have shawarma. But we wanted to bring a shawarma that has the best out of every single school of shawarma. So we created that, we sat together, myself and my partners, and that time we said that we want to bring the traditional shawarma to a new concept, a new twist. And so we said, let's do it. So we started developing the R&D for that, to be honest, since April or March last year.
Oh, wow.
And we started, developing the different recipe, different menu. And honestly, even we get the support from one of our, basically the founder of High Joint. Even he was our support and our advisor and our help, to establish that new concept shawarma in terms of the menu. And we went through different research and development until we said, yes, gentlemen, we are ready to launch it. We're ready to go ahead, which we launched it actually very recently. So we are a new concept in the market. And that's why, that today when we started that new concept, the people, even like when they say our shawarma, they try it. Once you have the first bite, they say, yeah, there's something really special and different than the usual shawarma they tried all the year that since I was childhood. And this is the feelings that you want to give for the people. When they have the first bite, you can tell from the reaction what different Mitzumami brings to this world than other shawarma tradition that we have in the market.
So tell me about the name. Why the name?
Okay, that's a good question. See, Mitzumami.
Yes.
First of all, we always ensured we did not want to have in our name anything to say sha, wa, whatever that reflected to shawarma.
Very clever.
Because first of all, what we are selling actually, the name itself has to be a trademark.
Yes.
So when you say somebody, I'm going to have the best shawarma in the world, where are you going to? Mitzumami? Mitzumami shawarma doesn't click together, but it's really actually and the actual name, it has a meaning, and the meaning reflects what we are selling actually.
So what does it mean?
See, if you know umami,
Yes,
actually
of
umami
course.
is in fact is one of the tasting flavor. So you have the sour, you have the sweet, you have the bits, and you have also the umami. So the umami is one of the tasting flavor, and also some other philosophies they say also means delicious. So we are basically, that's why when we sell, actually what we sell a high quality beef, high quality chicken, cooked on a charcoal and wood, and gives you the juiciness over there, so you can see the umami in our shawarma. And the mitzu, by the way, mitzu itself, it means also in different languages has a different meaning. It means delicious, means attractive, means shining, means light. So you're selling something which is attractive and shining and light and delicious.
I love it. I love it.
So you get the best out of the best from shawarma to your customers. And that's why Mitzumami, the name comes from there. And it has a different meaning in different languages.
But I think it's a really clever name, and I have to congratulate
Thank you very much for that.
on not having sort of shawarma in the main name. But since launching, what's really interesting is that you're doing shawarma competitions. You've already been quite busy, and in quite a short space of time, the market already knows you. And I think that's because of the charcoal and wood fire. What made you decide to cook it in that way?
See, as I said, first of all, we wanted to have the feelings of the live cooking out of the shawarma. We want to feel the smokiness in the shawarma. Also, at the same time, we need to keep the juiciness of the shawarma. So all of that, when you have the electric fires, when you have the gas burn, you don't find the same result when you have the charcoal. And it's very evident, like when you cook, even at home, when you cook, the things in the charcoal, you feel the different taste when you cook it, in the normal home or the fire. And this is the concept behind it. So we really wanted to bring something special, and something that really reflects the brand that we want to establish, and really reflects the concept that we want to establish.
The other thing, Ahmed, I wanted to ask you is, cooking a shawarma is not like your typical cooking, right? Because you have to control the fire. You have to feel the heat. Then slowly, it's almost like an art, if you like.
Yeah.
You can't hurry this up. It's a very tricky thing to cook on charcoal and wood. And again, I think that's an amazing thing to do it well. So your chefs or your shawarma masters must be highly trained.
See, as you mentioned, and you know it very well, cooking the shawarma is different than cooking any other different things. It requires a lot of skills, a lot of techniques and tactics, how to do it, how always to ensure the best cooking level for the customers, the best patience, control the traffics, how you can manage it, all of that techniques. And I cannot even reveal more of the secret of the cooking. but it really requires a lot of efforts, and to master it requires really proper, competent people who can do it.
But also, how do you not run out? Because you must have had times where you've been like, okay, we're only going to have 40 customers, and then maybe 100, 200 turn up.
So again, as you mentioned, like when is that something that you switch off and on as a demand?
Exactly.
It's always live, and that's why when it comes to a proper planning, proper forecasting, fire what's needed, do a different strategies of firing to control these or kind of movement and the operation is very important, very vital in that kind of business.
Wow, I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite item on the menu?
See, there's not a single thing that we put in the menu unless we loved it.
Okay, so sauces,
but
marination.
by the way, all from A to Z. When I say from A to Z, really from everything, we do it from scratch.
So sauces you don't buy from anything?
Not a single shelf item except the water and the soft drinks that we buy. All the remaining are from scratch. Wow. So our garlic sauce, our thyme, our chipotle mayo, our ranches, our everything from A to Z, we do it ourselves. Even our pickles, we also pickle it in our way, and nothing is a chef item, 0 item.
That's amazing.
And that's why it requires a lot of preparation times, that we have our own, way of making the things. So we deliver to the customer the things we say, like, all of them are basically our own flavor of and inspiration of the shawarma, making shawarma. So, but in terms of the favorite, back to your question, the favorite things in my menu, I love spicy.
Okay.
I love spicy things, to be honest. That's why if you ask me, I'll tell you I love the spicy option. Which we have here is basically the laham. We call it laham. Actually, it's also Emirati word. Laham, it means beef. And di, for the chicken, we call it di.
Mm-hmm.
So we have midzu laham, which is beef. And for midzu di is the Emirati word for chicken. We have a different, like di, like other countries, they say dajaj. Mm-hmm. So they say dagag, so it's a different, but we say di. So we have our di and laham. And my favorite things from the laham menu is the Latino mami. Latino mami is like, a Mexican inspired, have like guacamole with the jalapeno and, as a spicy flavors of shawarma with the new inspirational and new twist from it. This is my favorite personally. Wow. And I love it.
And is that featured on the Beach Canteen right here?
It's available in Beach Canteen, yeah.
Oh my God.
It's only next door for anybody who wants to come.
So for you, growing up here, if we talk about right now, what excites you about the Dubai food scene?
See, what excites me actually as a Dubai, I always say Dubai is a multicultural city. Yeah, you find people from all over the world, from the east to west. And you find the best. I always say before even, like, everybody comes with their own cultural foods.
True.
With their own, like, best foods that they bring it, with them over here.
Yes.
And if you want anything in Dubai, you want the best Egyptian food, you find it in Dubai. You want the best Turkish restaurants, you find it in Dubai. You want the best Mexican, best Nigerian, but any single country in the world, you find a beautiful, best world-class restaurants coming to Dubai. So basically, Dubai, if you ask me, is not like, it's different today. Before, we used to franchise the brands and then the franchise, the restaurant chains and F&B to Dubai. Now today, what we see in Dubai, we see a homegrown business. It's created in Dubai, creating in the United Arab Emirates, established over here and goes to global. And this is where we're proud of. Tomorrow, even today, we're receiving different calls from people across the world. Can you franchise in my country?
Already?
We said already, but we said no, we'll wait for the right time to come. But definitely this is something that you're going to consider very soon because we're focusing now to invest, in region.
Of course.
So this kind of things, which is really makes us proud. And makes me also proud, like, and everybody say a citizen living in UAE and love Dubai, it makes you proud of how Dubai becomes a hub and UAE becomes a hub for the food and for anybody who wants to establish the business. And the best opportunity for anybody who wants to start, a business because you have a demand. And you have, always I say, like in this country, mashallah, in Dubai, people love to eat, love to try new things. And that's why for anybody who has the skills or the passion to create his own F&B, it's the best opportunity. Come to Dubai and come to UAE. And this is my, my what I see, like, about the Dubai scene and the Dubai being a hub for not only the food, for everything, but food is one of them, of course, like,
And then if we talk about what's happening right now, what excites you about the setting where we are now at Beach Canteen?
See, I always say, like, I always keep saying, whenever you have a headache, come to where? To the beach.
Love it.
And whenever you're stressed, come to the beach. So imagine you are coming to the beach with a beautiful food as well. So you're going to have the best day ever.
Wow.
So really is a nice location. It's a nice vibes. Nice different kind of collection, different varieties of restaurants. You find it here in Beach Canteen. It's a really amazing event. I always say, like with the Beach Canteen, it was launched just after the recent rain that we have, and also with that challenges, still we could able to manage it and to launch it. And well done for the management, also for the Beach Canteen and for Brock, to make it happening. At the same time, is a beautiful event. So you can come with the family. It's a different people. You can family oriented. Even like young people, they can come as well. To have fun. Kids, they can have and enjoy. The activities that you have in the back. Yesterday, you were bringing the family over here. They loved it. They didn't even go back home. Said, please, Dad, bring me every time. I said, sorry, I cannot. I have to focus on Mitzumami, not on you. But this kind of really a beautiful place that like you can do. You can really enjoy your day and weekend.
And where can people find you if they want to find Mitzumami? If it's not at the Beach Canteen, where are you located?
See, we are located in Bursha South, Aswaq. And we have a pop-up there. They can find us there, in Barsha Saad Aswaq, and we're always available. Even most times, even myself and my partners are available, for any times. If anybody wants to see the experience of how we can, how we develop our high-quality shawarma, we are, really willing to welcome them to join us and, also get the experience of what we make. And we're really proud of what we make,
Amazing. Yeah. So, Ahmed, now we've come to the quick-fire questions.
Yeah.
Are you sweet or salty?
Depends on my mood, But usually I'm salty.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Very good. And what would you say is your favorite ingredient?
Favorite ingredients? I don't have one yet.
Yet.
Yeah.
All right. We'll wait.
Yeah.
Well, Ahmed, look, it's been amazing to have you on the show. Thank you very much for coming and discussing this amazing concept, Mitzumami. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I can't wait to taste it later.
Thank you very much.
And really, thank you very much for coming
I'll
on to
be
the
waiting
show.
for you over there. Thank you.
Now on the show, we have an amazing concept called Phat, P-H-A-T, and joining us is Lyle from there. Lyle, how are you?
Good, and yourself?
Thank you very much for coming onto the show, first of all. Now, what's your favorite childhood food memory?
Quite difficult, but I'd have to say, I think it was one Christmas, 5 years old. Not going to say how many years ago.
Only 10 years ago. Yes.
Yeah, 5 years old. And my grandmother at the time, she did some deep fried ice cream. And myself at 5 years old, looking at this and thinking, oh my goodness, is this not supposed to be melted? Blew my mind. And ever since that day, I knew exactly what I wanted to do.
Okay, hold on, Lyle. Hold on a second. I've conducted over 80 interviews on the show, right? Just for you to understand. I'm a chef by trade of 25 years. So, I'm just going to rewind. Deep fried ice cream.
Deep fried ice
How
cream.
amazing is that? What flavor was the ice cream?
It was actually a vanilla custard ice cream, but she had a Rolo. I don't know if you know the Rolo chocolate. She had a Rolo in the middle. So
it melted.
Was just,
She's
so
a genius.
Blew my mind.
Oh my God. Love that. So then, and thank you for answering that, by the way. I love that. What is the concept and the food that you're doing right here at Beach Canteen?
Okay, so us as Phat, we're doing Asian street food. So we're taking some flavors from all over Asia. So Japan, Korea, Southeast Asia, China, and we're melding those things into some of the most popular street food. But we're using some classical French techniques when cooking.
Right.
So, it's just, so you get umami, you get everything that you want in all those little bites.
And tell me about the name.
The name?
Yeah, why Phat? Why P-H-A-T?
Pretty hot and tempting. Why else?
I love it. So tell me about your sort of specific flavors or your favorite dishes currently that we have featured right here.
Okay, so currently I would say probably the miso udon carbonara. So we're doing udon noodles, but we're doing it exactly the way you would cook a proper Italian carbonara. Wow. So pasta water, egg yolks, Parmesan cheese, bacon, but we're infusing it with miso. So it just gives that extra depth of flavor and just something that you wouldn't expect.
So that's really amazing because obviously Asian flavors are quite diverse.
Yeah.
But also you're using French techniques. Why did you decide to do that? Because you could have kept it quite simple as a street food, but this sounds almost quite technical.
Yeah, well, I'm quite technically based. So obviously wanting to take techniques that are tried and tested that's giving you the best results. So obviously putting that into your food and knowing what you're doing. So it's not just slapdash, put something on a plate, but it's really the time and the care taken into each and every ingredient and doing what you're doing to make it the best that you can.
But what about then, you talked about that carbonara.
Yeah.
What are the other dishes that are featured on the menu that, customers really love?
Okay, so our pulled beef short rib bao. It's also one of our top sellers.
Cheeky bao.
Yeah, cheeky bao,
Right.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit spicy, a little bit salty. Again, We're using Clash of French cooking methods when cooking, obviously, the short rib, slow and low, obviously, really thick jus into it, so it's just, again.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So, I mean, and no deep fried ice cream on the menu yet.
Not yet.
All
Not
right.
yet. It'll come.
I'll wait for it. But then, Lyle, I want to ask you, what particularly excites you about the Dubai food scene at the moment?
I would say probably variety. Obviously, people are putting out really good food, whether it's top-end restaurants, whether it's pop-ups, whether it's just your local cafeterias. So that always excites me, that the quality that you get in Dubai or that you get here is always top-notch.
Because I think that's also what's really interesting, is that we've got so many concepts here at the moment.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right. The quality is fantastic. And I think the different flavors and the people, and I love the fact that everybody has their own story about the food. It's really exciting. And I know that at the moment you're also doing a few little workshops here. What are those workshops?
So currently we're doing, we do ramen as well. So we're doing high alkaline noodle classes. So
What does that mean?
Okay. So high alkaline noodles is a noodle base, or a noodle that is made with high alkaline. So we making our own alkaline base. So we putting bicarbonate of soda into an oven, 120 degrees, a lot of the moisture getting evaporated, and then you use that bicarb, in your noodles. So it gives your noodle a different texture. It makes it a little bit more slurpy, because that's what ramen's about. Ramen's about the slurp, So it gives that slipperiness that you want. Obviously, helps with the texture as well.
Sounds really, really beautiful. And have you been, sort of, what's been the sort of comments from guests who are the first time they've come to you and they've not tasted your food before? What have they said? Because it's quite a mix.
It is quite a mix, but also, our menu, they're always saying, is quite interesting. It's quite diverse. They like what we're doing with it. Food has, we've got some great food comments, people coming back for more. So, it's been good.
And if you're just a regular guest, why should you come to the Beach Canteen, do you think?
Well, experience, obviously, local homegrown flavors. Come support local. That's what we're going to do. And the variety and what you can get here is amazing. You'll have a fun time, great shows, interactions, getting to know what's out there.
And if anyone wants to get hold of you, so if they are unlucky enough not to come to Beach Canteen, where else can they taste your food?
Okay. Currently, only at Beach Canteen. Obviously, we're doing a couple of pop-ups here and there, but in the not too distant future, we'll be featured on television and things. Maybe we'll do brick and mortar. That's why we trying to test out the scene.
Test the ground.
Yeah.
And so on social media, people can get hold of you.
Yeah, at Phat Universe.
At Phat Universe. So we put all of that in the show notes. And then a couple more questions for you. So quick fire questions. Number 1, are you a sweet or a salty?
Salty.
Salty all the way. What's your favorite ingredient?
Butter.
Yes.
Butter.
Yeah, butter
all the way.
All the way. And who would you say are your top 3 culinary heroes? And they don't necessarily need to be chefs.
Oh, but they are actually chefs. So I would say Fergus Henderson. Yeah, top to tail. Nose to tail. Use everything. That's what we want to do.
Legendary guy.
Legendary. Great. Spent a lot of days in St. John's. So yeah. And then in that same line, April Bloomfield. Worked with her in New York. Learned a lot from her. So yeah. Again, uncompromising flavors. Putting everything on the table. That's what it is. And then Alex Atala. Again, first of all, making good food, and then your heritage, and then everything that comes behind it. And again, with all of these guys, it's about sustainability and using everything you can.
So Lyle, what I wanted to ask you is, now you've said this is a chef's podcast. You've worked with some of the best people in the industry in the world. Is that one of the reasons why you're making such beautiful food? Because you're really, that concept that you're discussing now is mixing not just a blend of cultures, you're also using a blend of techniques, but also the people that you have worked under are some of the very best.
Yeah.
Why would you not open a restaurant instead? Because you've got an amazing background, but you decided to go down the, I don't want to say fast food route, but kind of street food. But this sounds like Michelin-starred street food.
Yeah. Which is obviously what we're aiming for. The right opportunity comes along, it could happen. I think that's a bit personal for this, but I mean, no, just maybe some choices were made differently. It would have happened.
But I think you know what? Everybody must come to you guys
Definitely.
and try them. So, Lyle, I have to say, on behalf of the ChefJKP podcast, thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you for having
Looking
me.
forward to tasting everything
Definitely,
later.
please come around.
Thank you, man.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Now on the show, I welcome Abdulla from Doloma. Hi, Abdulla. How are you?
Hi, James. How are you?
So-
How is everything?
All good?
All good. Great.
First things first, as we always do in the show, what's your favorite childhood food memory?
My favorite childhood food memory. Oh, I remember there was a place in Baghdad. I'm from Baghdad. Baghdad is capital of Iraq. There was a place called Al Harthiyah. When I was a child, we used to go there with my family to eat burger. It's very unique burger, large portion. I still remember my mom, she was eating a small part of the burger and I was stuffing my face with 2 large portions. We used to eat there. Then after it, we used to go to a place called Al Faqma. It's a very famous ice cream in Baghdad 20 years ago at that time. So it was like, I always remember this nowadays. We have Yaba burger in our restaurant called Yaba by Chef Shaheen. I always, when I eat the burger, it reminds me of that time. Like if you want to try to get the closest to my memory, you should try Yaba.
So that's where we need to go.
Yes.
So then when we're talking about Beach Canteen, tell me about the concept that you're running right here.
Our concept called Doloma by Chef Shaheen. Dolma is a traditional Iraqi dish. This brand, Chef Shaheen created it when he was a young kid. He used to eat dolma a lot, everyday dolma. So he wanted to create a brand, dolma, but in fast food style. So Doloma is the concept, the name, because he was calling it Doloma when he was a young kid, not Dolma, but Dolma is the name of the dish.
So Doloma is the concept.
Doloma is the concept,
Okay.
yeah. That's why he created and he named it Doloma.
So then tell me about the different types of foods found in this concept. Is it just Doloma? What's inside? What are the sort of flavors?
Yes. The main thing is Dolma. Okay, we have 4 types of it. We have classic one, and we have yogurt, we have spicy, and we have loaded. This is different toppings. But the ingredients inside, we have vegetarian, we have beef, we have chicken. 7 type of different veggies.
Whoa.
Grilled on charcoal, stuffed with special rice mix, cooked slow and low and sweet and sour juice. And the toppings is different. You can choose whatever toppings.
What's your favorite?
My favorite, definitely loaded beef dolma.
And is it spicy, pickled, hot, sweet?
It's balanced.
Okay.
Spicy, sour, little bit sweet. Yani it's balanced.
So then, I want to just sort of ask you,
Yeah.
what really excites you in Dubai right now with the current food scene?
All right. See, in Dubai, I think Dubai is booming with concepts. There's many concepts now. So this is, personally, I believe that this is raising the awareness of people. They are becoming more picky, more selective. So I would recommend, like, for everyone who want to open a business or to open a new brand, like, to take care of the quality. That's why we have 2 brands. We have Doloma and we have Yaba. Quality is our, like, top priority. Try to maintain as much as we can in a quality control, because the awareness of the guests and customer now is increased because of the different brands that are booming and launching new ideas all the time. So anyone who wants to open, he should take care about it and take this in consideration.
But look, Abdulla, the other thing I want to ask you is, obviously you work very closely with Chef Shaheen,
Yeah.
a celebrity chef within the region.
Yes.
He's a big guy.
Yeah.
I've interviewed him before. He's very creative.
He's very cute.
How is it working with a person like that?
It's very you joyful. You enjoy the working with such a person because he has like new ideas every day, and the execution should be perfect because you will not accept like there is a mistakes happen, of course, but we have to fix it. And the thing is with the chef, because personally I love him, he's an architect. I'm an architect also, from an architect background. So there's mutual things that we have together. So we take care about the details a lot. So we kind of in the same mindset, you can say.
So you've spoken about Doloma.
Yeah.
So then, for those people who maybe haven't visited or been to the restaurant, what is the concept of Yaba, please?
Yaba. Yaba is a modern Iraqi cuisine. There's Iraqi food, but modernized. Chef Shaheen, he's a celebrity Iraqi chef, very famous. All the menu is engineered and created by him. And all the dishes are unique. For example, we have black kubba. We used to do a black kubba, for example, a kubba in Iraq in stuffed rice. The shell is rice, crispy rice. We call it kubbat halab, for example. But in our restaurant, we have black kubba. It's crispy rice stuffed with Italian truffle and mushroom. Black, because there is activated charcoal in it. So he's so much dedicated to always innovate and develop. That's why Yaba is unique. Iraqi cuisine, but modern. First modern Iraqi cuisine in the world.
He told me once that he tried to take that dish off the menu, and so many people complained to him
Yes.
that
So
he was not allowed to take it off the menu. You know, so I think it's quite amazing though. But also, Iraqi food is also really taking off because of what you are doing. What if Chef Shaheen is doing? How has the guests here within Dubai? How have they taken to it? Have they welcomed that type of food?
Yes, they are loving it. They are loving it. Yeah. For example, yesterday I was in the restaurant. Restaurant was full of local people. All.
Amazing.
I didn't see. Usually, a lot of Iraqis were coming in the beginning. Now we are seeing different nationalities.
Wow.
So that's mean the restaurant is approaching, and they are coming for the restaurant, for the food, to try the food. Not about the celebrity chef.
Yes.
They are coming to try the food.
Which is also fantastic,
Which
no?
is fantastic, yes.
So then, when it comes to now the beach canteen, why should people come to visit here?
Beach Canteen, see, first of all, location. If you want to come and enjoy, of course, you have to come and try Doloma.
Number one
Number
to try, of course.
to try Doloma. Yeah, not seriously. Location, very nice. And to spend some time with good company in a good space. And also to explore. We have different brands, different ideas. So I would recommend and suggest people to come just explore. Try different type of food.
So for somebody who's never sort of seen you before, where is, first of all, Yaba? Where's that located?
Yaba located in Dubai, Jumeirah 1, Al Wasl Road, Vita Mall.
And which social media accounts should they be following if they want to follow you guys?
Follow you. We have two accounts. We have Yaba by Chef Shaheen. They want to follow Yaba. And we have Doloma by Chef Shaheen if they want to follow Doloma. And if they want to follow the chef, Chef Shaheen.
Easy peasy.
Yeah,
I'll
3 pages.
I'll put that in all over the show notes.
Yeah, okay.
So now we've come to the quick fire questions for you.
Okay.
First of all, are you sweet or salty?
Sweet or salty? Sweet.
Sweet?
Yeah.
What would you say personally is your favorite ingredient?
Favorite ingredient?
Yes.
Honey.
Honey.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd like it.
You like
it. And then the final one. Who would you say are your top 3 culinary heroes?
Culinary heroes. To be honest, my background not from culinary background, so I'm not a fan of chefs. But however, Chef Shaheen introduced me to this field. So I saw how he's working, how he's dedicated to innovate and develop. So he became like my standard for chefs.
Cool, and what a standard, right?
So today he's my hero, my culinary hero.
Amazing, and he's a great guy, and
Thank
you know he's fantastic, really. Any others? Any others? Who would you say?
In culinary, no.
No.
Just Lina.
All right, just the one. Very, very good. Well, look, Abdulla, it's been absolutely amazing to have you on the show.
Much. My pleasure.
Thank you so much for coming here.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to tasting the Doloma
yes.
later. All right, it's been fantastic to have you. Thank you so much.
Pleasure meeting you, chef.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.